To everyone who helped guide us to this amazing achievement. We would now like to welcome our salutatorian to the stage, Mr. Bryson Edwards.
What's going on, everybody? All right, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm very nervous. There's like a bajillion of you here, and I'm dressed like a dork. So if you could all just close your eyes for the next 3 or 4 minutes, that'll work. Okay. Members of the board, administration and faculty, family and friends, and my fellow graduates. It is an honor to be here with you today during one of the most important nights of our lives. If there is one thing that I could say, it is that we made it. We, the class of 2022, have made it to the end of the line despite everything that has attempted to oppose us. Despite the infamous tornado incident of freshman year, we made it. Despite the 1 week long spring break in 2020, which then turned into 2 weeks, which then turned into 4 weeks, which then turned into the longest summer of our lives, we made it. Despite countless quarantines and positive cases and methods of virtual instruction, we made it. And finally, despite the utter global and national chaos that this new decade has facilitated, we made it. We have been through the most and have proven that the spirit of the class of 2022 cannot be broken by the utmost opposition. For the sake of formality, I'm pretty sure that I have to give you, the class of 2022, some advice and inspiration as you embark on the next important steps of your life. To be completely honest with you, I believe that the advice and inspiration that you can find on Google and Yahoo.com rivals that of my own, so I decided to consult other resources. After a quick Google search, I found a quote by a musician which contains some interesting advice. In the quote, he says, "You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There will be time enough for counting when the dealing is done." Now, I have no idea what he's talking about, nor do I condone gambling in any manner, but if the quote works for you, then I would just take it and run with it. After more searching, I finally found a quote that relates to the theme of this speech and this night. A wise man was once quoted with saying, "The only thing that endures is character. Fame and wealth, all of that is an illusion. All that endures is character." This wise man may or may not have been the recipient of the Heisman Trophy in 1968, may or may not have been 2 times unanimous All-American, may or may not have led the NFL in rushing yards for 4 consecutive years, and may or may not be Mr. O.J. Simpson. Through the events of these past 4 years, we have proven that we can endure and persist no matter the circumstances or the verdict. Also, just a quick note, I do not recommend taking Mr. Simpson's other advice on civil obedience and domestic relationships. Despite a town whose most impressive piece of architecture is the local water tower, I believe that I can speak for my fellow classmates in expressing how eternally grateful we are for the continued support from this community. I truly believe that all of the elements confined inside of the city limits have greatly contributed to the impressiveness and the greatness of BB High School's class of 2022. I would also like to take this opportunity to request a big round of applause for the amazing teachers here at BB Schools. The teachers here who serve with grace and passion are undoubtedly the pillars at which this school district shines. Without the teaching staff that aided and guided us to academic success, I can safely assure that the class of 2022 would not hold the same integrity and significance as it does today. Now it is you guys can open your eyes. I'm almost done. Okay. Now it is my pleasure to introduce this year's valedictorian. From our competitive rivalries in Miss Foster's 2nd grade class to the competitive race of 1st in class, I can safely assure that this person is the only person that I would be okay losing to. He is a dear friend of mine and one of the most brilliant people I have ever met. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Van.